Super News.
Ya transforme mu semo ensaka na yede eba twedi akwada roma wode ene de fo so ache je so say Oyerepa 100.7 FM Promise 102.7 Promise TV de be ma kutribie and it's a headmistress ya wo Ola Senior High School kanya se no wo ahafo wode atudwasa ampa sika bia de ba ye so momfa mo school ho abra no ebi wo no mo a enye nyina ene wo se wode ye de wo so wode ye
na energy minister Yewra John Jenapo so de atudwasa dumso no a ekoso no enye akosombo no ehye ye nko na mom ECG transformers ni bi nso aye dada
na ne ye beto asonso nsɛmfoforo mu na tifie bie no BC so no ba so na enkwada ne bi hono mu a ɔmakyekye ne ma bi de ama won tituru empaboa afutu akɔ de ama won
na technical advisor Emma education minister Professor George Kweku Toku de atudwa se aban no de ne pegu akwa hu se na be ya infrastructure hodo ayehia ewo school to asomo no won setime aka
boshe ba na efre wa no pe kire se bra beje nkane ya boshe electricals na bia no ya de di adanse de kire wo on se ye de ato ebo ase abrande ne kama inti star boss no pa se tutum ebepie mo boshe electricals bibia no awo pe no ubenya nkane anso so chandelier yi abayi a ubekọ ba bia fe ni nyina bi egu ha no mo a ye to ebo ase no abaji no moburu dontwa na de akro kodi udwuma nti contractor se obi de contract ama wo se bra betoto ne yamade a adum ha no ye kanfo bosheba ewo ahaya Oyerepa dem enedi ama wo se bra na ye nsomo ye butu aha ye bosheba plaza ha anti attack for dan mu soso wonsa ebeka ye na afi woto aso edu pizza da foforo no a eni kegiti Dubai edi hwere mu so ho nso ye wo ho 03220 30838 03220 308 0536 na yeni enkomo
mede de gansa kati amite nkura wokonji abo okran mene
krobia asante
ebusuan kase bo no emu nkyeremu enie wosoafo a ohwe ahoɔdenie ensam eso Yewra John Abdullahi Jenapo ede ato dwase dumso no a ekoso no ewom se akosombo dam no baabi wo no mo a ahye na ebom enya no nko anenam so a dumso no aba wo kyerem ese Ghana transformers no bebre no anyinyini kyerese aye dada eno ka ho bi ana kanea no aye prefon nanso mpanisi de jawane ade aso awo ntimpanfo ye ho adwuma se na be ya transformers a aye dada ne nyina no ye besesa no ye de foforo esi anamu.
Many transformers across the country are becoming obsolete and overstretched due to increasing demand and years of underinvestment. In about 10 years, our demand has doubled. In fact, when you look at the record, it has more than doubled. What it means is that we have to increasingly invest in the sector. But due to underinvestment over the years, this has resulted in overloads, low voltages, and recurring outages. Government is addressing this issue head-on by implementing a nationwide transformer upgrade and replacement program. As an immediate intervention, this month alone, we have installed almost 200 transformers. This week, we intend to deploy another 140 of these transformers.
Na ebusunya enu achi na wo kire mu se wo hwe ECG won mo expenditure no a wo hwe 2024 no a na 9.3 billion Ghana cedis. Nanso 2025 eswate ababegina 1.8 billion Ghana cedis.
We brought discipline in the distribution sector, culminating in increased revenue collection and, more importantly, a very disciplined expenditure framework for ECG and NETCO. Whilst in 2024, ECG spent about 9.3 billion. This year, ECG spending 1.8 billion through efficiency, but spending that amount on critical infrastructure. And everybody can attest to that fact. Last year alone, we restored the partial risk guarantee from the World Bank, which had been depleted, $500 million. We paid over 1.4 billion energy sector debt, restoring confidence in the sector and ensuring that we deliver reliable power to the people of Ghana.
Ebusuani eti yeyi eye mrase bedwani a wote akonya so ewo yape kusogu na woye wosoafo a wohwe anyina mahoden ensam eso Yewra Abdullahi John Jenapo.
Madam Adongo ono ena akwakoba so okupie mu ewo yi sa public accounts committee enim ewu kumase abonten so anmo ono na oye headmistress eda Ola Senior High School wano Kenya ase eno no half man temu na madam Beatrice Adongo ko ye no ene ye bisa ne se sika do ye de ba ye so mfa mu sukuu no ho ebra ye 682,000 no eba ne sei ena eso ete ye se we mu be se 357,000 pe ena we use ye ena wo chire mu se ampa sika ne de ene ye ebi wono mu a efa baabi na emum no eno so ne fa baabi no wo de bo sukuu no so ho ebra enti ni chire mu wo de ba ene wo de atomu se ampa ene odifo eno nti se efo no wa wadi ni de ene ene chese wa bepie mu public account committee no animu no na wo chire mu e de ama wone na ebra wo bo so aba na wo to aso no ni chire mu ni.
Madam, why? You misapplied funds meant for the feeding of the students for other operational items, but for yours, what you misapplied was more than what you spent on feeding the students.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Just as my colleagues explained, we admit that it is not the right thing to do. And so we are not justified in any explanations we may give, but we needed to have the school run.
Yes, but you needed to have the school running. But the monies you spent on other things, you're giving a total of 682,000 Ghana cedis. You spent 357,000 Ghana cedis doing other things not meant for feeding the students, and rather used just 324 to feed the students. Madam, I understand you saying that you need it, but why should you spend more on items that the monies are not supposed to be used for? And
entina eno no madam Beatrice Adongo na so ayehye saa no wono no wala senior high school wada no se ye disika ba ye mfa mankwada na wamfa no nwanuani ni a sukuu no so hu ene se ye disika ni bi akwa kogura ba bi se ye di kokura eno na wote ye se dwam training e de ma public account committee ya eno no eye honorable abna wasai asare no wototo maame no ano no nti na nani abre pa na ne nto aso no ene wo ma wo mokoko se enye ehonko se ola senior high school na emum si yehwe a sukuu mako be se enum bi ho nso so o mahunu se wo musika ede ma wo mo se yemfa no anuanuane ema enkwada no ebi ro no afa nkwantanan enye de wo se ade ye ene ade ye.
And please, let's desist from that. The students are supposed to be fed with these monies. Prior to this, how were you managing? You were using other means to take care of operations. And then, Honorable Deputy Director General, please, by this, you have sat with us, and 5 schools were cited for this, and they all claim that their recurrent expenditure funds does not come in early. That is not the reason why they should misapply funds. But then we are asking you to impress upon the Minister of Education, the Minister of Finance, to make sure these monies are released so that they it prevents them from taking monies meant to feed students. That notwithstanding, you are not supposed to misapply funds. Respect.
Entina eno no busia eze na kuma chicho mi na gum na kama honorable abna osai asare ana moten wenka no wono na public account committee ye chese won matintim maza bontin so ano oye dwem training ndi kofogu so ya wo mu yi wo nsem ano
miento anopa no si aka se bono so na yeda so a ejine mu ewo nsem no emu a na technical advisor Emma Education Minister Professor George Kweku Toku Odro wadi atodwa se aban nhyehyɛ ahodoɔ bia se na bɛyɛ infrastructure ahodoɔ a yehia ewo schools yapon mo no aban betimi de ama wonom ama nwomasuane adekyerɛ nso atimi akɔ enkanen wo kyerɛ mu a aban no enam education minister no so ede nhyehyɛ ahodoɔ pii no a eba ebi social intervention programs a ebi ene se wo mo ase bi edidem ewo nipadua mo no wo benya kwanya akosuapon wabra wontua taku anasa sempoa na afei krampo no wo behwe na afei niema hodo ebetimi aboa se bia school fees kura hotua na ebia nkoye mfifire tie ne ade ne nyina nso aban ne guso a wo ye adwuma wo de sansem wo nyina todwa wo bra na uniba asuafo mako empem nso ahankoro ane aduonum baako na wonom graduate ebi kita degree ane diploma hodo ana mepacho de sansem wo yi atu edwa.
Chancellor, let me clarify that the ministry's prioritization of foundational learning does not mean a neglect of secondary and tertiary education. Government will continue to invest in its social interventions, such as the no free stress and free tertiary education for persons with disabilities, and through the GET funds and partnership support, sustain investment initiatives towards addressing both physical and digital infrastructure challenges facing tertiary institutions.
Na Professor Wamfanso Honomoa, what was Chiremu? Okay, when you cry a Vice Chancellor, Emma University of Education, Winneba. One also Ekasai, a Professor Stephen Jobson, Anna Wochiremu, esse, Suapon Bekoswa, Abo Modern, Senabeya, or de one. Esuya deɛ akwankane abene ebebe wiase na timi aboa na ɔha hodo wiase ɛnam no ɛmɔfra timi de sanim deɛ no atimi asoɔfo afiri hɔ afei nso wɔbɔ aban no aba so sɛ wama wɔnom slot makomako mpem mienu sɛ yɛmfa ntete asuafoɔ no ɛwɔ coding emu.
The Ministry of Education is highly appreciative of government's continued support for public universities in strengthening governance, expanding infrastructure, and advancing digitalization, and reinforcing quality assurance across the tertiary sector. And like I indicated yesterday, recently about a week back, we were giving about 2,000 slots for our students to be trained in coding.
And here a Vice Chancellor, Emma University of Education, Winneba. Professor Stephen Jobson, Anna Yetenin Kane. Na ne kura mono ana Chancellor MSU apono neyi gate wono a otoso enson woye omanhen ewo afutu nanano atena nkonwa wode atosu apono anim se enya se wotete nkwada ne keke na mmom wontete enkwada a obebe wiase na ewiase hawo watimi asolve amayen.
This moment also calls for reflection within the University of Education, Winneba. We must move beyond the traditional mandate of producing graduates. We must become a problem-solving institution, one that aligns teaching, research, and engagement with the real needs of society.
Chancellor Emma Suapono, Nenyi Gate, our Tosso, and so Nene Aniati.
Na abadiacha otoso mienu Emma Domkumano hwe atantene me second deputy minority chief whip onukrai mrashe bedwani woja gbawe ne nipa tem honorable Jerry Ahmed ena wose nso no a nkwada ne kwa akotwe BC no se bi kuse bi anyado ontimi fo na nsi fom nti wakoche empaboi bi ene ye omaye no mai mu a sa slippers bi e ama adusuafo nkwada no se wonhye na kane MC no no nso so owo woja gbawe honorable Michael Adidankwa no ho ene wose nti se du so yi a ekoso yi aban onim se ebe ha nkwada no adusua na kwada no anwumre ye wo so wotena se no osua de okofa kan ya wo himpo no de asua so awuno nti wonhwe safa no super
ye next week ya any starting for him na ye be hwa they said dum so na aba no kan ya dum dum em say bro 2013 14 de no so it me ma be 1 hour na sen ko ni e mesra aban ni say ye nkwala yi wo just na wotwe pe no match from exams ya just said ya de me say omwaye na ka pay won kwa ni de ye man kan ni nyina so na kwa ntimi sua de no mo pass from exams so mo twa exams ni we plan as officer dum na ene de obi aka no hwe won no pro man won no pro resources no and your pen wo de ye
entina no wapani Michael Adidankwa na motene kana no ye MC ewo weja gbawe na enkwada no nso so eche so mani asopa omdoso mpabo ne de abre wo mo no sabieku ombenya bi ahye
Mujina ne de nsu enam nnas ene uniform mujina ne mu ma honorable Jerry Ahmed me sa so dana se in the so so my mpabo we no itu ebe ma nkola bi ni ade se bi si no mo beto mo be pass ena agency me dana school ye na mujina school na ne mu dana se
ene na eno no Oyerepa 100.7 FM show eni anopai na ye ka was Promise 102.7 so edem na Promise TV afi ensen foforo
miento akase ebo no so na yenko enkramantam no emuen na adwadifo nkabom ku a wonomo ewo enkran association no wonomo dwemtre na se president Messi na afrowa Nijan wode ato Ghana fo anim se mo betode na se yema mo nsesa no a yempe kwense no ayeye wo se saade no ka ho bi ana ama eniema boae den ama sid na ho den ekofom no wo kire mu akwense nso eyesika obi wo hon mo a wabeto ade na wo ma ne sesa no wo se mempe kwense na wo mpe kwense ne mfa ma hwan wɔkasa na wɔkyerɛm sɛ ho behia sɛ commercial banks no wɔn mo bɛsɔde free air condition mu na wɔn mo abadwadefoɔ no ho wɔ dwam hɔ na banking services no nso akɔ so wɔfiri sɛ mo bɛtena se na sɛ dwadini no watɔn adeɛ wie na so wɔntimi ama bank hɔ no mo a sika nda no kyɛn wɔde yɛ dan wɔse ɛba na sɛ aga na sika sɛm so ɛbɛtumi agyina yie.
We want to tell Ghanaian public, please, Governor of Bank of Ghana, the coins are still in existence because it's the coins that they are removing out of the system that is adding up to some things. Because if they say ice water is 30 pesos, where will you get the change? They say it's 50, how? So presently, from 50 pesos, if you don't take care, they will add another, which is 100% increase. So if the coins is in existence, the person knows that if it is 40 pesos and I sell it 40, I will get coins.
Enti mo a ye ma mo coins ya mo se mo mpe coins no mo nsam ne ye ka no nti ye ma mo coins na ya amonye firisa no nso legal tender kan Ghana sika no ho coins sika na eno achi no ana wo kire mu ese se cedi no agina na se nyana ho ode a eboa ema edwadie nso timi koso na se si ababia Ghana gina no edwadefo no wo mo ni aso papa firisa cedi no agina pintin.
Cedi is now stable. So we are happy because formally if you come to the market you have to leave your goods, go running searching for goods, because if you have a box of milk at 20 cedis and you don't buy 30 or 40, by the time you go back about 30 minutes time it will be 40 cedis.
Abusuafo ni ayeti ye president Emma Greater Accra Market Association Mercy na Afrowa ni Jan nene anete ye no
akwamu hene ya wo twefo na matankonyansa ase so onukuro yo hene e wo twefo bepobin nana na ekasa yi wo kire se ensem ha na okosa barima kwasama awere ya woto so mienu se empatemo network nye be halo sa na babi awiase adura ni bia bayi wo phone se sisuo ni se sisuo untimi mfanye ko untimi mfanye hwe mfa mbrazo nye hwe na kwan kura de gyae wo se akwan omonam so ho no timu amu hwe TV ni de ni bia na se de mo hwe no kwan basa enye ni nsimni
Fubi probably there wo how papa how ni odi kan oye ye network onye mra omo betu aba no omo de ni post ni be gu ha ma ye ma community bafo be sisi ma betutu amura no contractor be ma ye prepare ma na ye dia kwatu ye tem ya contractor no baba ye mra betu aba ni ya da ni di gu ya obi ani ho wa baba ye prepare pim mesre aban ye papa mahama ye make me so between na supreme ma ye buaye ma ye kwan wonye network no so wonye
ngoyi enti nana wie ye ene omanfo so mbeka akra isanse dum kra de sesei ehia won titiri ye network no network ne nyenyenyenyenyen na network so nya obede kra ni mremu akotra battery ade udwuma bi ese fata
ye nya network e fe ye ko temu de ye bra papa we ekura 20 fo be problem on common here that I can them secret code na na egu abonten se kasa kira ban se omoaye we network se mu pa
na ya kwai ene network ye bi kire ha se dis empo furudua ye ma ye me ye ma furudua se me ma wa brochire mitimi no obi akasa se me no obi betima akasa se me tuko akọ tufu praso
ubetimi no obi akasa so tukwan phone so no na ne kwakwa mu no opani Isaac Yosen ene ye DC ewo twifu atimokwa ene wose MP guso wo pani Vondi woso guso ya wo ye de betumi bia se be ya network no e betumi agina so
the balance network is sitting in the parliament David Vondi eka committee no na wo hwe afimo anamoa papa etua na eni so ema tufotu kwa mai communities are minimum that table so no sai jumaku abwa
ene na eno no ntia ne mungo na monye network ne ho adwuma emfa ema woni abusua na ye de sini aso akwa ma Republic Fashion OBS ato aso no nsia pon se maduonu pepepepepe Jimmy Cliff ne nam wabo no kama esamfo de ono ene Korea control mfo so ye da mo ase ene anope ne eye benada ofosuo de toso aduonu enwotwe pepepepe mdi ko bia sante minimia
gangster cat ya meten kura wo ko giabo okra ne ye be so akọ na embom sha ne so se Promise Broadcasting Limited, Oyerepa FM TV, Promise FM TV. Yede Oyerepa Security Games 2026. Yede eba. Nyame ya adoma memene da ebe ampaya ebedwa. Bambo ejina tukuo ni nyina no. Womo be wuro uniform na go ahye jesi atiesi park so a eni krika pam. Ghana Prison Service eka ho, Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana Police Service, Ghana Armed Forces memama ana Ghana Custom Division Service, Ghana Fire Service, woman nyina ka ho bia. Na special guest no, IGP, Yera, Christian Tete Yohono. Na sponsors, any sponsor, okay. The nation's doctor, Dr. Edu Jemfi, Dr. Time da so. Dwumadie no ebe kwaso nyame ya adomo a memene da ebe yi. Ewo Opokuware, School Park hono mo Owas Santase hono. Na anopa no nkono ekopoma nwumre nonum empa mu na dwumadie no ahyase eno nti wo ba no ahye wo Jesse aba rep your Jesse memene da ebe ampaye a ebedwa ewo Owas School Park hono mo am ye de OBS is happiness
abusiana bi abokode
ajadu mo no na so